hold on to your butts. Okay, Sean, your turn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wendy's bringing it to you live.
Okay, that was hot.
You sound like Wolfman.
Yes. That's perfect.
That's a great song.
I got to say, that is a hell of a edit on that intro. Nice job, Wendy.
That was actually you.
Oh, did it? I did that? Oh,
You did it.
Oh, I see. Okay. It was okay then.
You totally rocked it, and I could pretend that it was me, but it really wasn't.
Okay.
So I'll be honest here. Sorry.
Amazing we found all the raw files from we made that a year ago.
I know, seriously. And this is going to be fun because I left all of my notes and my notebook in our office. So we're going to have to do this without notes.
Hey.
This is going to be interesting.
I'm glad you're the host. I think we're going to be all right with this guy.
The hostess with the mostest.
There you go.
Our guest today is a Mr. Sean Dillingham.
What's up? What's happening? How are you?
I should be asking, how are you? I heard you
Good.
just got 2 more film deals today?
Yeah. I just found out about one on the way here today that I'm excited because I love the location, Hollywood Hills.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Mid-month, this month, August.
Yeah.
Didn't Bob Seger write a song about that?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
Hollywood night.
There it
Okay,
is.
thank you. I'm like, somebody has to help a sister out here because I
And them
really
high rolling hills.
That is awesome.
We're talking about the mountains, not. Anyways, go ahead.
What were you referring to? What?
Nothing. Go move on.
Okay, we're moving on.
Yeah, talk about his movie.
Okay, well, I want to talk about your movie, but I also want to talk about all of the things you do because I originally met you because you have the comedy spot here
Right.
in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Right.
How did you go from being a comedian to being in these movies in Hollywood?
Well, I actually started as an actor.
Yeah?
I started as an actor when I was about 8. I saw my first Gene Kelly movie, and I was like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And followed it through school, theater classes, high school drama. Got into community theater, and I discovered that I loved acting, but I hated rehearsing. Hated it. And so
that's
I
why
said,
you do film.
yeah, it was like 6 weeks of rehearsal and then, 6 to 8 weeks of performance. And I was like, this is just, I don't even feel like I'm acting. I feel like I'm just reciting.
Yeah.
So I started looking around into some improv groups and found one in Phoenix. This was about 87. Found one in Phoenix, joined it, and loved it. And all the people there were aspiring comics. So we went down to the local comedy club, Finny Bones at the time, which was in Phoenix.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Finny Bones. I haven't
Way
heard about
back.
that in a while.
Yeah. There
Wow.
were
Taking me back.
Finny Bones, Seekers, and Last Laugh.
Last laugh. Yep.
So I went to Finny Bones, and I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I could get up there, I could write it, edit, produce, direct, and I could be the star. And then it just kind of came full circle. It got to the point where I had an hour-long stand-up act. I opened the comedy club because there was only the Improv in town at the time. There was no performance opportunity, and they didn't hire locals. So you had...
There's no place for locals to go.
No. All you could do is the bar shows or go to L.A. And
So you started it so you could help out the local
I said, I'm going to open
comedians
up my own
community.
club, and that's it. I'm not going to kowtow to this, and it was great for a long time because it was the big boy and me. I was the little guy. And then everybody said, hey, let's open a comedy club in Phoenix. Now there's like 7 here. And it's just,
Well, the only one I'll ever go to is
there
yours.
you go. Me too, for obvious reasons. But I just, it come full circle. I had an hour-long act. I was doing clubs, and I just was like, this is really boring. I'm back to reciting. I'm not performing anymore. So I kind of threw my act out, and I said, I'm only going to go up and improvise with the audience. I'm just going to talk to the audience, and if I can only ever do 3 minutes, then so be it. At least I'll be happy. And got back into improv, went to Second City, went to Groundlings, started going back out as an actor, re-fell in love with acting. Had some tragedies, as I told you earlier, with 2 friends that were actors that passed away, and used that as inspiration. And one of them gave me some really good advice, and they said, I was like, man, you're doing a lot of acting stuff. And he said, whatever I get on my own is the meat and potatoes. Whatever the agent gets, that's just the gravy. And I was like, what a great philosophy.
Yeah.
And I kind of adopted it. And now I submit myself like crazy. Go for everything, anything. Arizona, New Mexico, California. I work everywhere.
You know, I've been, I don't want to say I've been stalking you, but I've been following your career and how you are all over.
Yeah.
How did you get where you are now? Because I know you and I were speaking earlier, and we both agree that you have to keep hustling.
Yeah.
Never stop hustling. Just keep it going. Keep it going. Tell everybody like how you've managed to do what you've done, because you're freaking amazing.
The dream is yours. Dreams have to be nurtured. You have to make them grow. You have to do it, not anybody else. And that's all I did. You know, I grabbed an agent in New Mexico, because there's a ton of work in New Mexico right now. Grabbed an agent in L.A., which I know it sounds, I just grabbed an agent, but, you know,
right in the butt.
submitted for a lot of them and landed them. And I told myself, I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to, if my agent calls Wednesday and says you have an audition Friday, I'm there.
Wonderful.
I give Avis Budget a lot of business. Always, I'm like, Wednesday, I got to go. I got to audition Friday morning. And a lot of people are like, that's crazy. And I'm like, no, you got to take that chance. You got to jump off the end of the diving board. You have to.
Sometimes that's the scariest part, isn't it?
It is. A lot of people want it and they have the dream, but you have to have the hustle. I mean, it's 24/7 for me. It's 24/7. First thing I do when I get up is I open up all the audition sites, my email, the Facebook groups, everything. You have to hustle 24/7.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. Moving and shaking.
So do you have a favorite film that you've been in thus far?
I really liked the movie On the Road. You know, it was the big Francis Coppola, Kristen Stewart, Kirsten Dunst, Viggo Mortensen, Steve Buscemi, all these big actors were in it. And I liked it because it was a period film, you know, took place in the 50s, but also that director, Walter Salles, had a big impact on me. Because I only had a part that had a few lines. I was like the face of racism. I was the foreman of a cotton farm. Yay. And
how'd that work out for you?
That was a lot of white guilt that day. They have all these extras, you know, African Americans, Hispanics dressed in these just rags, and they got big bales of cotton, and I'm standing there like, here's $1. Here's $2. And I was like, after we were done, I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I really apologize. I'm sorry. But you know, I had this little, you know, couple lines, and the director walked in. I had auditioned 3 times with him, and I got the part. And then the day of the shooting, we were in this big warehouse, and there was like 100 extras, production people, a few actors there. I was there. Director walks in, flanked 2 people on each side of him, you know, production assistants. And he kind of looks around, and I'm about 50 feet from him. He sees me, puts a big grin on his face, makes a beeline, walks over, shakes my hand, and directs me by name and goes, Sean, thank you so much for being in my film. I really appreciate it. And I was like, it blew my mind, because I was like, this guy didn't have to be nice to anybody, least of all me, but took the time to let everybody know they were important, that everybody mattered. And that really just was like, I just really had an impact on me. Because I'd done films before where I'd seen some of the actors, some big name actors. I'm not mentioning any names, but like Jane Seymour. And
ooh,
yeah,
Aliens.
That's Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, darn it,
Jane Seymour,
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Medicine Woman. Yeah.
I always remember as a Bond girl. Though.
She was a Bond girl.
Oh yeah, first Bond girl for Roger Moore.
Way back then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I did a film with her, very pampered, and don't look at her, and don't talk to her, and leave her alone. And
seriously,
but yeah. Some of them are like that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That
Unfortunately,
bums me out.
Well, you get so many people around you. I think you just get disconnected, disconnected from people, disconnected from reality. But he had a big impact on me, and I was like, I will always be that guy, always humble guy, always nice guy. You know, not.
I had an experience like that with Timothy Busfield. Mm-hmm. He did a Lifetime movie out here about 5 or 6 years ago. Mm. And I got cast an extra, and then I got a speaking role. And anybody that had a speaking role one day, he'd go and have lunch with them. And then he'd go on the next day and have lunch with the extras. And he would take questions as he was eating lunch and da-da-da-da. And His only rule was, I don't answer questions about Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
He goes, if you want to know about Revenge of the Nerds, watch the documentary. I said, all I need to say.
Yeah.
And him and I had an awesome conversation about the TV show The West Wing.
Yeah.
Because it had just ended at that time. But just a really down-to-earth guy and had an awesome director.
Mm-hmm.
I heard of that about Jim Carrey as well, that he'll take the time to walk around and walk up to people on set and be like, hi, I'm Jim. Mm-hmm. And you're like, I know. I know who you are.
How cool is that, though?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, that had a big impact on me.
It's funny how things like that, just simple little things like that, have such an impact.
It was huge.
And that they probably don't realize it's having that kind of
It
an
was
impact.
huge because, you know what, when I started and I was like, I'm going to be an actor, I thought when you're the actor, you are the star.
Yeah.
Everybody can, when I walk on a set, commercial, film, whatever, I am the actor. And then I got on my first set and I realized I am the least important thing here because there's these big hulking men that are like, all right, look, monkey boy, we've been working for 8 hours to set up these lights and these props.
Don't mess it
so
up.
So get your lines right because we'd like to take lunch. And I was like, I'll go sit over here, sir. And again, good lesson. I realized, don't walk in there with an air. You're there to do a job, be helpful, just be a good, nice, humble person. It'll get you a lot further. Because nobody wants to work with an asshole.
Well, you know what? You just said the magic word for me. Humble.
Yeah.
Always be humble.
You
I love
do.
that.
Humble is also, I think, the close cousin of being appreciative. Mm-hmm. Being appreciative and thankful. This sounds like a Tony Robbins interview. Hey,
and if you buy my CD set,
call 1-800. Yeah.
Walk on coals.
Yeah, it's true though. You gotta be a hustler, and you got to move and shake and dig for it and keep your dream alive and pursue it, but you got to be humble and appreciative of it. Appreciative.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take us to our first break. And since I don't have my notes with me, we're going to go by my memory. Okay, so we're going to have 2 commercials, and we're going to have Just Another Politician by Ed Waters. I thought that was kind of appropriate considering what the U.S. is going through today. And then we also have The Cure by George Elman. So enjoy, and we'll be right back in just a moment.
Hello, I'm Jeff Funicello with American Pancration Fighting at Sparta. Sparta is a complete mixed martial arts training center in Tempe, Arizona.
Classes start Monday through Friday from 5 to 9:30 p.m. If you want to go earlier, you could go from 9 to 11 by appointment only. They also specialize in grappling, self-defense, and don't forget about our Superhero Saturdays. It's a lot of fun. Don't miss out. Come on down to American Pancration Fighting.
Call us at 602-770-5424. Or you can reach us at www.americanpancration.net and be Spartan.
Go on in. Let them know that Wendy sent you. You'll get 3 days for free.
Hey everybody, Ed Vanderlee here, the host of 1980 Something. Do you love the 80s? Did you live through the 80s? Do you miss the 80s? Every week we celebrate the decade of decadence right here on Star Worldwide Network with 1980 Something. We take you back in time. We talk about music, movies, TV, fashion, the games, whatever comes to mind. So join me here each week on 1980 Something on Star Worldwide Networks.
That's the fact, Jack! That's the fact, Jack!
Signs, election time again, promising a better way. You got a new best friend, looking like you just stepped off the cover of GQ. Not one hair's out of place, flashing those pearly whites at you. Just another politician out there on the street, just dancing puppet, waving hands and shuffling feet. things on the slide. Those teleprompter speeches can make a grown man cry. He keeps his wife and children close should photo ops arise. But his girlfriend's never far away, 'cause she keeps his spirits high. Just another politician out there on the street, just dancing, puppet, waving hands and shuffling feet. They tell you what you want to hear, it changes every day. They go the way they're told, that's how it's done these days. That's how it's done. He climbs back on his bus with a brand new set of facts to tell prospective suckers I was gonna have their backs. Yeah, it's politics as usual, more lies every day. Put on a show, get elected, and then just go away. Yeah, just another politician out there on the street. Yeah, he's just a dancing puppet, waving hands and shuffling feet. They tell you what you want to hear, it changes every day. They go the way they're told, that's how it's done these days. They vote the way they're told, that's how it's done these days. Can I have your vote? Somebody say amen.
What's your name, girl? Golden angel. My eyes tell me that this could be the one. Take my chances when she dances. My head's telling me that maybe I should run. Staring into the sun, it'll blind anyone. There's a fever, I know it's for sure. I'm on fire. Only she is yours. You're a bad girl, good and sad girl. You say anything to make me feel a friend. From believer to deceiver, take it easy on this heart, or I'll do things to the end. Staring into the sun, she would blind anyone. I'm going down, still she plays it demure. I'm on fire, only she is yours.
right, and we are back.
Who is that?
All right.
Okay, so the first song was "Just Another Politician" by Ed Waters, and then the second song was "The Cure" by George Elman. So good times, good times. Yeah,
I knew that.
You know, I have to tell you guys, if anybody wants to submit their music to have it played on my show, the only thing I ask is that it has not been played on the radio before. I want to help out the newbies. I want to help. The first time, you know what I'm talking about. The first time you see a film that you're in, or for me, the first time I heard one of my songs on the radio. That is a moment I'm never, ever going to forget.
Right.
It's that feeling like, oh my God, I want to be able to give that feeling to other people.
Nice.
So
Good
if
for
you're
you.
a band or a musician and you want your music played on my show, please email me at indiearadio@gmail.com. Send me the MP3s. And you know what? Go ahead and send me a little bit about your band or about you so I could go ahead and feature you. So, okay, now that wow.
Okay, now you got to explain why we're saying wow.
No, I think our guest, Mr. Sean Dillingham, should tell us why I just said wow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he needs to explain to the listeners what's...
Sean, tell us a little bit about
awesome.
yourself.
Well, I'm showing them
freaking
pictures.
kidding me?
Yeah, I did a series of commercials for
So cool.
for Trolley Gummy Sour Bites, and it was with James Harden from the Rockets. And they said, we're going to have you play this kind of throwback coach, high knee socks. And so I had the mustache and put on glasses and whatnot. And I did a coach, but I think it was a little too Chris Farley. Because
You look just like his motivational speaker.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I actually, at the comedy club years ago, I hired his brother, Kevin Farley.
Funny guy.
Yeah, and we went out and had dinner, and he said, I'll do Chris, and then you do Chris. And I did it, and he goes, oh, my God, you do it better than me, and I'm his brother. He said, I think you're the missing Farley. But I actually had to get away from it because I found myself really doing it a lot. When they
Okay.
were like, be loud and boisterous, I'd be like, Dave, I just wish you could shut your big yapper.
Oh, my God, even your face turned into him. Holy crap.
That is
You know
amazing.
what? That's it's a little too much. I'm going there too much for it. So,
Okay.
and that's, these had like 1 million views, these videos. And some of the comments were like, wow, that guy's really like Chris Farley.
Uh-huh.
And every time I saw it, I'd be like fingernails on a chalkboard. So, yeah, that's what that was all about.
You do a lot of film work.
Mm-hmm.
How many films have you been in?
I'm now approaching 20 films. Yeah. And I'm just, people ask me all the time, they're like, when are you going to slow down? Because I land a film and then I start submitting again. Or I get a commercial and I keep submitting. And I'm like, it's, so that like every month I'm doing 4 or 5 projects a month just because I'm constantly submitting. And people go, wow, you're really doing a lot. You really working. And I'm like, yes, but you have no idea how many times I'm told no.
Yeah.
150 times. We want somebody taller. We want somebody short. We want somebody else. Could you leave? Lose our email address. Stop bugging us. And I'm like, but I can play a black woman. I can do this part.
He hasn't missed Daisy.
Yeah. And so, that's what you have to do, though. I've done 20 films. I'd say 12 of them in the last year. Just submitting, getting them, and going, great, I got it. Let's schedule it. I'll keep submitting. And I didn't do that for a lot of years. I didn't do that. I did the typical route of you have an agent, your agent gets you an audition once every 3 months, you go on it. Then if you're lucky, you get a call back. That's maybe a week or 2 later. Mm-hmm. Then you go to the callback. If you get it, then they're like, okay, now we're going to shoot it. It shoots in a week. And now, a month has gone by in this whole process. Mm-hmm. And I'm just sitting there waiting for the agent to call, And finally, and I'm so glad it happened. Now I said, I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to pick the baton up myself. I'm going to run with it because nobody will push you like you push yourself. Nobody will. You're your own best salesperson. Mm-hmm. And that's, if you have a dream, nobody, people go, I'll encourage you, go you, but you have to do it. And so, that's what I've done. I've done 12 films in the last year. I did NightShift and Longmire, NBC, Netflix, and I've shot probably 15 commercials in the last year.
Now, are you doing local Arizona commercials? Are you doing national commercials?
National, local, Arizona, New Mexico, and California.
Okay.
I went out and did a cool one that sometimes you get these casting notices, I'm sure you know, that they say, we're looking for this type of person. And they don't really tell you what it's for. So I went out and I auditioned for one, and then they called me and they said, you got it, be out in L.A., it pays this much on this day. And I'm like, okay. And I get out there, and it's for the video game Just Dance 2016.
No way.
And I was like, well, my kids will be thrilled. They're going to love this. So, yeah, it was cool. I got to dance all day for this video game. It's cool.
How
and
fun.
I got to go, like a lot of I love the fact that a lot of auditions now are improvised. Gone are the days of when they give you the script.
Yeah.
A few of them are still here, and they go, because after a while they get like, everyone's doing the same thing. So they want to improvise and see what you can bring to it. What kind of direction will he go in? What characterization will he give it? And a lot of them are improvised, the auditions now. And I went on one. I did the TV show when it was still on the air, Operation REPO, where they go out and they take the cars. And that was a great audition, because I was in there with this young African-American man, kind of heavy set. And I was just zinging back and forth, and I was like, he was the guy who took my car, and I'm like, you let CeeLo take my car? And he stopped and was laughing. He was like, did he just call me CeeLo? And I guess they said that's what clinched it, is that I was willing to improvise, be funny, go off script. So, yeah, it was a blast.
Wow.
It was a blast, yeah.
So what's next?
What's next? Let's see. Well, as you know, I'm going out in mid-month to do a film in Hollywood Hills. I shot Krampus Unleashed. I shot Under the Big Sky, which is about the selling of dinosaur bones on the black market.
Oh.
I shot one called Atomic Shark. That one's cool.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Who do I know people in that one, too.
Platinum Assassin Productions.
Okay.
Where there's like a nuclear device attached to the backs of sharks. It was fun. I got to play this sort of Nick Nolte / Richard Dreyfuss character where I come in and I'm Colonel Billy Bob Baggert. I'm going to tell you how to kill these sharks. So that was cool.
I saw one of the coolest memes the other day on social media, and what you said just reminded me of it is, you think you have a stupid idea. Well, somebody thought about tornadoes mixed with sharks and made millions of dollars.
Yeah.
There's no stupid ideas.
No, for sure.
I mean, think about this. Pokemon Go.
Oh, that's
Seriously?
crazy.
Now, that's a stupid idea.
Yeah. I'm not even going to show you the fact that I have that app on my phone either.
I'm not going to say anything.
There it is.
Oh, my God. Sean.
It's great. It's so fun. It's cute. It's just innocent fun.
Yeah.
People are getting out. They're walking around parks. They're walking around. They're outside talking with each other. I've seen more supportive people. It's cute. And, I tell everybody, leave them alone. It's cute. It's innocent.
It's the thing I liked about that is I had dinner with my girlfriend over in Fountain Hills. And we went and we're at the park. We're just, kind of watching the fountain go off. There's all these people just wandering around aimlessly with their phones. And like, you know what? Finally, they're outside and they're getting some exercise.
Yeah.
It's it's the people who take it a little bit too extreme and leave their kids at home and go out and play.
Really.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Leave the car running. Did you see that video online where the people are jumping out of cabs and running across the street to Central Park?
Yeah.
Because there was a rare Pokemon. There's parks that my family goes to that, you see hundreds of people out. I just think it's cute. It's innocent.
Yeah.
And I've heard there was a line somebody said that Michelle Obama tried to get people out and exercising for 8 years, and she couldn't. And Pokemon Go did it in a week.
That's true. That is so true. And I'm a big exercise person. Do you work out a lot?
Hell no.
You
Do I
don't?
look like I work out?
Yes, I see your arms.
Listen, I have good intentions. But never. No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, if you ever want to go with me and go boxing over American pancration, seriously, it's so much fun.
What's funny is I did that for a couple years. I did
Boxing?
judo. I had a judo school. This was right in the beginning of the UFC when all that stuff was coming out. And, I liked the art.
Yeah.
I liked the tradition. I liked the art. And at the time, everybody wanted to find out what style was better. I had guys coming over from ASU, freestyle wrestlers, jiu-jitsu guys, sambo guys, everybody, just because they wanted to test themselves. And it really left a bad taste in my mouth because it sort of became this almost like a gunslinger mentality.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll in there, I'm going to whip everybody, and then they're going to know I'm the best. And I was just like, I liked the tradition, the art of it. So,
I think for me, I do it just because more of a self-defense thing, and it lets a lot of aggression out.
sure.
Because as well as I do that when we put ourselves out in the spotlight,
Yeah.
People are more apt to attack you.
Yeah. You open yourself up to all the criticism.
Yeah, and just it's amazing what people will say.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, I've heard nothing but wonderful things about you.
Oh,
and
that's-
I've known you for a while now, and I think you are just freaking awesome.
Thank you. That's I give credit to my wife because, and she says when it comes to the criticism as well, she put that in me that people hate in others what they lack in themselves, and sometimes that might be just a reflection of it.
That's true. That's very true.
You've got to have the dream. It's not enough to have the desire. You have to put it into action, and so few people do. So if anybody hears this and it sparks one person to get up and say, I'm going to go after it, then mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
So just go out there, take some lessons, take
some
classes,
risks. Take some risks.
Yeah.
Get out of your comfort zone.
Sorry, I was so quiet there for a while.
It was
I know. I thought you were just in
so
awe of our conversation.
Yeah.
riveting. You have no idea what you missed.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Right?
We put Eddie in the corner.
We put Eddie in the lobby.
Yeah.
Nobody puts Eddie in the lobby.
Wait, it's funny. So there's a guy that just showed up here.
I'm like,
and
who is that dude?
I have no idea. I've never seen him before. And he shows up, and he's a high school friend of the owner of the network, Dave Pratt.
Nice.
No way.
And he's like, I thought I'd stop by. I don't get to Phoenix that often, and I haven't seen him in 30 years, and I thought I'd stop by. And I'm like, well, this is awkward because he's not here.
Well, you have officially stopped by, sir.
He's like, wait a minute. His TV show starts in 30 minutes on CW6.
Well, no, it doesn't, because this will be playing 30 minutes into his TV show.
Oh, that's true. Don't watch the TV show. Listen out. My show is on demand.
Wow, you're competing against Dave Pratt.
I know. Oh, he's so going to kick my butt every time. I tell you what. No, he is the best person to work with ever.
Yeah.
Dave is very understanding, caring.
Did you grow up listening to Dave? Mm-hmm. Did you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
So, you did not do that. Dave, do you listen to my show?
You'd be surprised.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I do a show on here called 1980 something. Mm-hmm. And every now and then, he'll send me an email and correct me on something.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, shit, he listened. Son of when I used to
that reference was wrong.
I used to do another show on the network when I first started here. And I get a call one time because we were live every day. And I get a call, and he's asking questions, and it dawned on me, I'm like, this is freaking Dave Pratt messing with me.
Yeah.
And so he finally, says who he is, and I hang up, and I'm like, wait a minute, I just had the morning mayor call my fucking radio show. Y'all kiss my ass.
He's not called mine yet.
No.
So we're hopefully I haven't messed up. So we're good.
He could try, but nobody's going to answer.
Oh yeah, I don't even have the phone facing me. And I have to tell you, I was doing a show last week, and I never talk politics. That's just a rule I have.
Ugh.
I never do that.
Right.
And somebody asked me, what do you think of, who do you prefer of the two people, who are in the head runnings for president? I'm like, well, they both suck. And that's all I said, is they both suck.
Yeah.
And this old lady calls here and just reams me a new asshole because how dare I say something bad against Hillary? And I'm like, wait a minute, I just said they both suck.
Of the two, you're going to defend Hillary. Okay, lady. Okay.
And I'm like, okay, this is great. So yeah, I'm still going to continue to not say anything political, but I did play the politician song today.
I thought it was great. I heard recently somebody say that they said, "How do you feel about the two candidates?" And they said, "I think that we should be without a president for a while. We should just stay single.
Stay
and
single for a while.
See other people for a while."
We need to find ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's true.
Seriously, I'm kind of scared, honestly, but
Both ends of the spectrum on this one.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play another song. I know this one is by Carol Pacey and the Honey Shakers. I got it right. Yes. I didn't have my notes with me. But first, we're going to do a quick commercial about Movies Making a Difference. They're going to do a benefit concert and benefit playing of their movie. And this is going to be over at Pranksters too. But you know what? I'm going to let Diana Davis go ahead and tell us what's going on.
Hi, Hi, I'm Diana Davis from Movies Making a Difference. We're here to celebrate. Movies Making a Difference, our nonprofit. It's a 501c3. Movies Making a Difference is a local nonprofit, the only one in the state that is making socially conscious movies and giving back to the victims. From Colorado City, with our movie Cathedral Canyon, we are not only raising awareness and exposing this that's going on in our own country today, we are giving the proceeds back to this community and these kids, giving them the life they should always have had. It's at Pranksters 2 in Scottsdale on Hayden and Thomas, August 25th. Starts at 5:30. Tickets are $60. So if you go to www.moviesmakingadifference.org, meet Wendy West on the red carpet, and Child Bride Ruby Jessup is going to be our guest, along with Kathleen Wynne from the Attorney General's office and the leading advocate for anti-human trafficking. Lots of wonderful guests. Hope you'll all come.
Devils don't die.
Sun Studios of Arizona, providing world-class production facilities, meeting the highest standards of quality with our industry-experienced staff, assisting our clients with completing their projects in a professional and timely manner. We'll work with artists and creative professionals, bringing their ideas to life. Sun Studios is located at 1425 West 14th Street in Tempe, Arizona. Our phone number is 480-565-7040, or visit us at sunstudiosaz.com. Sun Studios of Arizona.
Here is the man, the myth, the legend. He speaks the truth about indie film that we all think about but are too afraid to say in public. Here is the Piercing Reviews with Bill Pierce.
Hello, Indie West. Hello, independent artists. This is Bill Pierce bringing you your AZ Indie Movie Moment. Summertime has come to a grinding halt. So that means no more AZ Indies hitting this big screen for a while. So without some new films to review, let's take a look at some forgettable AZ Indies that you can still spend your hard-earned money on. Up first, it's the reprehensible 2011 Snore Anthem, directed by Kevin Armstrong. This film follows Maddie and Tom as they are taken in by a sleazy group of swingers who will give them all they desire in life as long as they participate in the endless number of orgies that they have scheduled for the unsuspecting couple. The filmmaking is horrible, the acting is oh so bad, and the final plea for support and understanding for our kind-hearted, yet tragically misunderstood swinging community is beyond belief. Burn $1.99 on Amazon for some classic AZ Indie softcore porn. That's Anthem. Also on the list of cash grabbers is the 2013 357 Six Bullets for Revenge. This completely unoriginal Brian Skiba-directed film rips off the Crow with shocking disregard as all of the characters dress, talk, act, and look like everything you already saw way back in 1994. The only difference is the lead is now a female. There's plenty of local talent plugging away in this embarrassingly awful ripoff that also happens to include some scenes with Fred, the Ball-Peen Hammer Williamson. 357 Six Bullets for Revenge is still capable of extorting your hard-earned cash on Amazon for a mere $2.99. This has been Bill Pierce with your AZ Indie Movie Moment. Back to you, Wendy.
But how does he really feel, Bill?
That guy like anything?
I love Bill Pierce.
Oh, Bill, we love you so much.
Man.
Bill's like, hi, this is Bill Pierce. I like nothing. Back to you, Wendy.
Can we play that again? Can I put music to it?
Isn't that fabulous?
Bill, I love you.
I love you, Bill. And it's one of those things where I always tell him, I'm like, you know what? This is your spot. I want you to be brutally honest because I'm tired of all these people like tiptoeing around like, oh, yeah, that's a great film. And you're like, holy shit, that was horrible.
This is Bill. I give it 2 thumbs up your ass.
Because
that's what he's saying.
Seriously. And you know what? It's nice to have somebody who's not afraid to just tell it how it is.
Yeah, he didn't pull punches.
I love him. He's so awesome.
Some people just can't take constructive criticism.
Man.
I love him. He's my man. So Bill Pierce, he is
Please watch Nothing I Was In, Bill. Please. A rollicking, fun, good time.
I have to. You did list some of the movies that you're on.
Bill be like, hello, let me tell you about the film this week, Burn the Master. There's a couple that I shudder at.
Yeah?
Back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do tell. Come on.
Oh, come on. You just heard one that I shuddered.
They'll be listening. I loved every project that I was on.
I'm wondering why you and I haven't been on a project yet.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Wow.
What the heck? I know. Isn't that weird?
Are you in, I'm in that Jessica Frost. That shoots in September, October. You in that one?
Nope.
All right. Let's make it a little more awkward. Strange Places?
No. You're going off your list now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm looking at what I've done here. Yeah. Jessica Frost, done. Secret Lives of Teachers, Under the Big Sky, Krampus Unleashed.
Okay.
I just did that. Krampus Unleashed.
Whoa.
I get cramps too all the time, but I only leash him once a month.
Yeah, Jessica Frost, Strange Places. Those are the next 2.
Yeah?
Coming up. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing. That's weird.
Yeah, I just finished up
357
Summer Sales.
2.
Yeah, I just finished up Summer Sales. He would love that one because it's not going to have the Ball-Peen Hammer in it.
Ugh.
It was funny.
Wait a minute, you did a sequel?
No. We're being facetious.
I didn't catch that.
Do we need to put you back in the corner?
I do.
Back in the
Eddie
lobby.
I'm still waving the banner for Bill Pierce over here.
He's awesome.
Oh my God.
I will always. I'm proud to have Bill Pierce on my show. Seriously, he's amazing.
He walks into a festival or a premiere and people just kind of stare at him. You and I run over and hug him.
It's true. I remember the first time I met him was a couple years ago. It was over, I think, the Phoenix Film Festival, and it was industry night. And I'm there, and he was like taking a picture of John Kestner and I. So I'm standing by John, and then all of a sudden this dude comes up and like elbows him. I'm like, what the hell? Who is that guy? He's like, yeah, I didn't like his movie. Literally, that's how I met Bill Pierce. And after that, I'm like, you know what? Having the show, we need somebody who's brutally honest.
Yeah.
because I'm too nice.
Yeah, don't pull punches.
I'm too nice
Didn't
to
you do Durant's? You did Durant's, yeah?
Yeah, Tom Sizemore broke my foot.
Okay.
I hate Tom Sizemore.
Wow, he broke your foot.
Have you seen Durant's?
No.
You don't wanna?
I want to know.
You want to hear Bill Pierce? You want to hear Bill Pierce's review?
You don't want to.
No, it's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I'm just.
Good choice of words.
I was just a little. I don't know. Disgruntled.
Ask me. I dare you.
Okay, I'm asking you.
No, you don't want to do that.
What happened with the foot breaking?
Yeah, he broke my foot during the scene. The director said to do the scene over again. Like the first time, it just felt like my ankle got twisted funny, and then we had to do the scene over again. And then he landed on my foot in the same spot, and I felt something pop.
Oh, wow.
And then when I went to the doctor, he's like, yeah, you have a hairline fracture. But the way where it was in my foot, I couldn't wear a cast because it wasn't going to do anything. So the next day I came here to Star Worldwide Networks.
She
and I
interviewed
applied
for this job.
Yeah.
With the
I
broken
need something
foot.
where I can sit, please.
Yeah, and like literally I couldn't, I couldn't get any shoes on.
Wow.
So I took all the shoelaces out of one of my shoes and wore shoelaces in the other one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, I can't wear a dress in Converse All-Stars.
That's the Durant's, that filmed at Tiger Studios, didn't it?
Yes.
Over in Glendale?
I think so,
It's a great facility.
Yeah, it is.
I really like that place.
I've not been there.
Have you been to Sun Studios yet?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I know Wendy Crawford over there. Wendy and Guy are affiliated with it. Great place. I shot a Bosa donut commercial there.
Yeah.
Where I played a French donut photographer.
How did you research that role?
They said, this is what you're going to do, and this is what it pays. And I went, I'll do it.
Wow, that's
the way
commitment.
to go.
And it was funny. It was fun because I like playing the comedy. You know, my name is Philippe Bombardier, and I am the world's foremost donut photographer. So it was very tongue, models wishy-washy, landscapes boring, but a donut will challenge your soul. So it was fun.
That was good, buddy.
Yeah,
that was good.
I'm actually quite impressed. I wish this was a TV show so everybody could have seen.
I'll
your
show you
face.
during the break there. I'll show you how it came out. It came out really good.
I want to see it.
It's a good creative team that does those, named Clydesdale Manhattan.
Okay.
They did Haunting on Butterscotch Lane, which was a 20-minute short that I did. I think Bill Pierce, does he write for The Independent?
For the Examiner, yeah.
The Examiner, you're right. He reviewed it, yeah. Because I went to Phoenix Film Festival, and he goes, I had my hat on. He was like, he walked past me, and he goes, hey, you're in Butterscotch. And I go, that's right. And he goes, that was a great film. And I was like,
see?
Yeah. Bill likes something.
There
which is
you
why
go.
Bill Pierce is my favorite reviewer. Yeah.
It's mine too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're a good team, though. Clydesdale Manhattan. They really put out some really creative stuff. I like working with him a lot. We've done a couple short films and commercials and a lot on tap with them.
We were supposed to do The Weeping together. That's what we were supposed to do.
The Weeping.
with Guy Crawford and Wendy Crawford.
Right.
That was it.
Right.
Yeah, the guy who said, he's like, I'll fund your movie. I'll fund your
That's
movie.
right.
Go ahead and start it. So we all put our savings accounts together, started filming. And he's like, oh, yeah, I don't. And we're like,
hey, you know that whole I have money thing?
Right, and he told us to go ahead and start. And then all of a sudden, no. And then like all of us are looking at each other like, well, there went our savings accounts.
Oh, no. Yeah, I remember the pre-production meeting at the club. Yeah.
Yeah, it was at your club.
That's a shame.
See, we could have worked together.
Yep.
We could have had magic.
Right. Guy Crawford's a good director, too.
I love Guy.
Guy and I did a film years ago called The Catcher. Yeah.
I've seen that one. Is that where the guy has the base?
Yep, that's the scene. I played Carl the monkey boy of the baseball stadium. You know, the typical, Billy Bob Thornton. And I knew. Can you
do that again?
I know who the killer is. I knew who the killer was.
He likes potted
Johnny McIntosh, who killed his father years ago. Who was?
I don't trust people with that last name.
Yeah, McIntosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. It was Emilio Estevez,
like a rotten apple or something.
Yeah, Emilio Estevez's uncle was in it. One of the Sheen brothers.
Yeah, Martin Sheen's brother.
Yeah,
because guys used him several times.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in The Weeping with us too, I think. Yeah,
he was in it. Joe Estevez.
Joe Estevez, yes.
Yeah.
He was in it, and Monique Parent, David Hevner. That was fun.
I love Monique.
Yeah,
isn't she just wonderful?
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many talented people
right
in our community, and I wish that as a community we would all kind of solidify and just really join up and help each other out as a whole.
Well, there needs to be some regular things happening. I at the club I do a monthly meeting, a Phoenix screenwriters meeting, where local screenwriters bring scripts in, and then actors can come in. They can get cold read practicing. They get up on stage, they read from the scripts, and then the screenwriters, critique it, talk about it, add positive, feedback. I would try this, I would go there. And I really asked permission of the Phoenix screenwriters I said, I really want to make this more of a networking monthly, so everybody can kind of come together. And I think our first ones were 20, 30 people. Now 70, 80 people each month. We get 30, 40 actors out, writers, producers, directors.
Text me to remind me to come and see it. Because I get so many messages. I get between 50 and 100 messages a day on my Facebook. I can't keep up. But if you text me, I will go there.
Okay. Yeah, it's really something that I've tried to...
I might bring my co-host.
Yeah, please, absolutely. I've tried to make it something that all the acting community can come out and be part of, because we need more things like that.
Okay.
We really do.
Well, why don't you go ahead and post that on the independent artist page too?
I will do that.
Yeah, paint it forward.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you.
And I know you're like the busiest actor in Arizona. Thank you for
really
coming all the way out and
Hustling.
spending an hour with us. I really, really appreciate you. And
Thank you.
Thanks for being so cool all these years with me, even though
We'll work together. We'll do something.
Yeah, well, we kind of sort of did, but just not in an acting sense.
Yeah.
I bartended for you.
That's right.
Actually, I had no clue what I was doing.
You worked for Venue for a couple of years.
Yeah.
That's really expanded over there. They have opened another one in Vegas now.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. I have to go check it out again
Yeah,
sometime.
absolutely.
It's been so many years.
Yep.
Whew.
Yep.
Now, before we go, you have an announcement to make. Something launched today.
Something launched today?
Oh, wow. She's only been working on it all.
Oh my gosh, yes. WendyWest.net.
Oh my
We've
gosh.
only been working on it for
What launched today?
my
A
website.
ship?
I'm like, launching? What? I know. I got so distracted from this morning, but yeah. So WendyWest.net, I have my webpage up, and I'm going to try to keep it up to date, and I'm going to get some more links
And that's
to
Wendy
the films.
with an I.
WINDY West.
Wendy West.
And it kind of
.net.
rhymes. WendyWest.net.
Oh.
Kind of.
Oh, see, I
Right.
could write a song.
Yeah.
If I decide to go back to singing again.
Sure.
That could work.
Okay.
All right.
Wonderful.
Well, hey, thanks you.
Thank you.
Thanks you,
Thank you.
everybody.
There's the door. Hit it.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And don't forget, every Friday at 3:00, we are live. So enjoy, and thank you so much for... Oh, wait, before we go, how can people find you?
Yeah.
They can find me on the social media, or that's about it, really. No website, no nothing, just acting.
Okay, your name?
Sean Dillingham.
In case people understand when I say it, because I have an accent.
Sean Dillingham.
Sean Dillingham.
That's
Oh.
very regal.
Yes.
I know, I'm loving it.
Sean Jeffrey Dillingham.
Oh. You should, with a name like that, you should be an actor.
Right?
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you all next week.